Hello viewers, okay, Ed Shanahan here. Let me talk to paranormal with you. Alright, as if you've seen my recent posted videos on Bachelor's Grove and Darcher Avenue Tour, which takes you from Holy Sepulchre through Willow Springs. Okay, it was done 18 years ago, so it's kind of actually cooler looking, because there's some things there that no longer exist. And I've got 51 years involved in the paranormal, exploring. At the age of 16, when I went to Bachelor's Grove, when I was in Willow Springs, first place I got a ticket at, about 2 weeks driving, okay, was Willow Springs. Whole different area back then. If you know your history, you know what I'm talking about. All right, but so, being a feeler, a spirit feeler, psychometry one-on-one, and stuff like that, pick up on the energies. So let me go through some of the places. Okay, I'm not part of the paranormal clique, so I'm not, I have to make sure everybody else is happy. Alright? It's part of the clique. So, which, not today, but I got some news. Okay. Clicks, people talk. He or she, I'm not going to say who. Alright? As you know, I mentioned, if you watch that Bachelor's Grove video I did, something that's kind of my energy picked up going on. And one of the inner circles, people in their circle kind of said, yeah, they've been told the same thing by a different source. So, but let's go through this list. The last one, discovery, was the Bridgeview Park District, main building. Kylie, who basically is an events coordinator, kind of management, etc., there. Okay, she held a paranormal kind type of thing, probably about 4 years ago there, 4 or 5, and it was a great turnout. Best turnout of any that I've seen. Fantastic jobs. Svanguli was there. It was absolutely fantastic job she did. Okay, and the thing was doing my circle of energy at the end, because of the fact the energy that was being picked up there. So what we did was, we had over 45 people in the circle. We had the spirit boxes out, spirit communication. I had Delos Kelsmeric within 15, 20 feet from me, which learned something on how that operation goes. But we did the circle, and you could actually smell burning wood, like maybe an old cabin burned down or something in the building. All right, and it's a great experience. Of course, went to Dale, and I don't know how the guy, but he's an investigator with bad hearing. That's what he told me. Everything was going on, coming across, and that you can hear nothing because he's got bad hearing. Well, that's that. So the building is active. We don't know what burnt, we don't know who or whatever, but that building is active. I just want to get that across. Scott Mansion in Joliet, David Kump took me there, met with the owners. And I was, for a few years, running events there almost at least readings, at least every month, if not twice a month. And the coolest part was the circle of energy, spirit communication, was done in the doll room. 4 walls full of dolls. Okay, everything from marionettes to hand puppets to actual dolls. Yeah, that was exciting. Ashbury Coffee House in Willow Springs. The original owners, Deanna and John. Yes. That's right. I discovered it, got exposure. They told me the stuff that was going on there. They told me about areas there, they had activity going on too. So them, the original owners there, okay, they turned me on to that. And we actually held psychic readings upstairs and stuff like that. Then Stag's Head, that became Irish Legend. The owners first was Stag's Head. I was almost doing events there every weekend, readings and paranormal nights. Then Irish Legend, I did it until the dude, this owner, first owner, decided to bring in, of the Irish Legend, decided to bring in a hocus pocus magician. Well, just like Excalibur, I cannot deal with the location that has magic tricks going on as paranormal stuff. Okay, Excalibur's going too. So, and I guess the owner thought maybe since the tour guide in Chicago was bringing people to Excalibur to see the magician doing paranormal stuff, it might happen the same there. But all right, then Native American Healing Waters. I'm not going to say where that's at. Have it on video elsewhere. Chief Kamaga's Ridge. First location I held my circle of energy at. People were seeing the orbs there at night with their naked eyes. Okay. Cullerton Hotel. Thanks to Mike Alberts. Well, I go all the way back. At least 60 years. Cullerton Hotel on State Street. Owned by Capone when the area was a red light district. Okay, what does red light district mean to some of the young bloods out here? Prostitution, the liquor, everything else. Okay, and when you went upstairs, it was like stepping back in time, way back in time. Brothel, all that stuff, nice. Senator John Humphrey's house in Orland, another discovery. Running paranormal nights there, was doing readings there almost every weekend, almost every Saturday. So very well, good place. Photo of the spirit of Archer Woods Cemetery. Yes, up in the trees. I'll be coming back on that one. Okay, I'll be coming back on that one because the click is talking. And also the spiritual location, which is a cemetery of priests. About 3 or 4 years ago, I showed it on a video, and that's where that is. It's in the southwest suburbs. And am I going to tell where it's at? No. Also, the Miracle Child's gravesite. Yes, it was there, but with the healing miracle that my granddaughter experienced, my granddaughter, Southtown newspaper, it went across on the Oaklawn Patch. It went into a couple books, published books, okay? So, not so much discovering it, but making it spiritual, and that's why I'm against ghost tours going there. And I'm sure the Chicago Archdiocese would be too, since they're the head of the cemeteries. And maybe that's why not all places, maybe, yeah, I'll just keep some of this stuff to myself. But, very, very sacred spiritual location for individuals that need miracle healings. Okay, so yeah, I've been around, folks. Been around. Stay tuned for something I'm going to come up with. Information that I was granted. Okay. So the reason I'm not part of clicks is because people will talk. Because in the paranormal field, somebody always wants to be number one. So y'all take care. Talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. And there's going to be 2 more locations I got coming up in the near future. You'll hear about it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.